G'day guys, as this title is says, why does Wobbot use female characters? Well, I'm about to explain, but before I do, this is a game of TDM at Aftermath. I love this map. I'm playing with Devil's Monster and Evil Big Balls. It's the first time I've played with him. But going back to why I'm bringing up this title and doing this commentary now is, well, Crush Cros asked me the other night, why do you use female characters? You've always used female characters. You love it. And a lot of my Gears of War friends would know that I always love Bernie. I've told them to shut up many times when she shouts out target our mark. And look, it comes down to simply like this, guys. When I play video games for a long time, particularly third-person ones, which is i.e. Mass Effect, and definitely this one, the Gears of War series, Judgment, or Gears of War 3. I'm a hetero male, and I'd rather look at a female's derriere than a male's derriere. So if I'm playing for several hours on end, I don't want to look at Marcus's fucking stocky ass or fat ass. I want to look at Bernie's ass or Anya's or Alex's ass, but mainly Bernie's. And you're probably wondering why. And a lot of people ask me, why do you like Bernie? Well, it goes down like this, guys. Let's start with the Bernie character, which is in front of us. Let's just look at those beautiful dreadlocks and that fantastic tattoo. But a bit of history, if you read the books, and unfortunately a lot of you haven't, but if you read the books, you'll find out a lot about Bernie. Now, the lady in front of us here, she was heavily in the COG Army, and she taught sniping as well as survival out in the wild. Now, she taught Dom, yes, and Marcus how to, basic bush tucker, as we call it here in Australia, but how to live in the wild. Now, what happened was she was on an island with her husband at the time when E-Day happened, and she decided to go back to the mainland and help the COG fight the Locust. Now, she was by herself, or with a ragtag group of rebels for quite a while, but mainly by herself for several years before she was found by the rest of the COG, which was Marcus, Dom, and Baird and people like that. But she was a sniper, and she survived on killing cats and eating cats and using their fur for boots, which is what you can see here, and the drapes around her boots on a character skin. That's another reason why I like it. Basically, it suits her to a T. When she was described in the books, well before she became a character in Gears of War 3, because I read the books well before Gears of War 3 came out, and her DLC came down. And, she's a very tough character, very tough cookie. And unfortunately, I won't ruin too much of the story, but she had a tough time. The Stranded, because they didn't like the COG. She was gang raped by quite a few of them at one stage. And, she got her own back. And how she got her own back was quite nasty and quite hardcore, because she's a very tough character. Very, very tough. But later on, she hooks up with Hoffman, and her and Hoffman get it on, as you pretty much picked up. So that's my thing, and that's why I like Bernie. I've always been attracted to strong women, and she reminds me, yes, not the looks, and maybe not so much the voice, but of some of the strong women I've been with. I don't like wallflower women. I like women that could speak up and say, hey, why, but you've been a dick. You're sleeping on the couch tonight. I love those kind of women. And just a funny story here, I was out in the pub one day with quite a few of my mates, and I met a lady that spoke a bit like Bernie, and I went up to her and said, could you do me a favour? And she said, what? I said, could you just say, target my mark for me, please? And she did. And you know what? She sounded pretty much like Bernie. So, and no romance there. She was married, and her husband gave me a funny look. But, hey, alcohol makes you do strange things. But going back to, third-person games, as you can see here, female characters are the way to use. Look, for instance, they're so empowering, guys. Why wouldn't you use them? I mean, they're thinner, they're faster, they can be quite elegant with a shotgun. But, going back to Mass Effect, and everybody's got any console or computer, they've got to play the Mass Effect series. I don't care what you are. Like I said, if you haven't played Mass Effect 1 to 3, you're a noob in my view. You really are. It's a game to play, but you can choose to be a male or a female. You can make it a hard-ass bastard or a hard-ass bitch. I know you prefer using a female, because that is a game I played hours on him. And the female Shepherd, my gosh, fantastic voice. Not to mention, fantastic body. You can make her face quite harsh, you can make it quite gothic, quite evil, quite out there, quite ugly. But, the female Shepherd's fantastic. Her voice has more, life to it, I feel. A lot more sass. Change the subject here. Look how I get owned. Look at this bot. This drone just totally owns me, this bot. Look at that. Bang. Boop. There you go. So, I quite like the female characters. I mean, look at Lara Croft. Fantastic female character in that game. In Tomb Raider, I don't play too much Tomb Raider, but either way, great female character. Heaps of female characters in games which I use and I prefer to use. I think COD is severely lacking female characters. Actually, all the characters you see in the game, they're lacking a lot of things. But that's why I like Gears of War. I like the Queen Mira. What a hard-ass face bitch she is with that headset she's wearing. Check this out, by the way. Wybot here tries to go for the cheap kill on the bot, but check out this dude with the bolt talk, mate. Fantastic shot. Look at this. Bang! There goes, there goes Bernie's head. But yeah, Queen Mira, great character. Her voice, I think the voice is fantastic. Some of the voice, the 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 voices she makes, the sounds, the words she says, the character says, the actions she do in the game are quite funny. There is a mine, thank you, and all like, you are not beaten. She's fantastic, and she's just got the most ugliest drone in front of her, which probably stinks like nothing else, but she still carries on like a right lady. I think a fantastic character. I just love the female characters, guys. And that's it, because I'm a hetero, I love empowering women, and there's nothing turns me on more than a woman running around with a shotgun in my view. And yes, I don't get a woody while I'm playing these video games, but I just like using female characters. So that's it, Crush, guys. That's why I like using female characters. So as you can see here, we're doing quite well. We're dominating. Devil's Monster does some great sniping and so forth. I do like this map, Aftermath. It's a great map. It's big. You got the ship in the background. You got water everywhere. The graphics are fantastic, just an awesome map. And it's just great. I kind of say I get an easy kill here. There's a lot happening. The graphics on this, guys, I just can't believe how old this game is. And the graphics on this is fantastic, And you hear people crapping on in COD how good the graphics are in Black Ops 2. It's like, dude, you're a noob. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Gears of War 3 is where it's at. I've missed this game so much. I'm a lot more confident with it. It's good to have back my fantasy woman. There's the Queen Mira there, seriously, Wybot shooting with his favourite female and his second favourite female in Gears 3. And, it's just fantastic. The sound, bodies flying everywhere, the mechanics of it, I like it slightly slower. But the hits are spot on in my view. Any complaints about Gears of War 3 earlier? I don't now. So this is a Monday afternoon. Wybot's having a bit of fun. Big balls. Let me play with him before. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Devil's Monster got fried then, unfortunately. He's in the evil clan, of course. It's the first time I play with him. And I'll play against him in the next match, and he pretty much owns me a few times. But what can I say, guys? Get back on Gears of War 3. If you're on Judgment, you know what? Put Judgment down and get back on Gears of War 3, guys. That's where it's at, in my view. I will be running my competition this Saturday. I look forward to all seeing you there. But that'll be probably the only time I'll play Judgment this week. And until the next DLC comes out, just to see what the new maps are like. But here's Wybot signing out. Frag and tag, remember. Props to people that own you. And just be good sports and enjoy. So, that's it. Wybot signing out. What I finally got, I've got 8, 4, and 2, which is pretty good for a while. Well, I haven't played that well for a while. Catch you later, guys.